welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader here with your reading for January the 13th to January the 19th. This is for Cancer. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Cancer for this week of January the 15th through January the 19th? My dog is trying to get through the... What's the matter, Sparky? What's the matter? It's trying to get through the green screen. All right. 3 cards for Cancer, please. 3 cards for... 2 more cards for Cancer, please. 2 more... Oh, that's too many. Oh, no, it's not too many. Okay. Oh, guys, there's crossover here. So check out... This is for the collective. Check out your sun, moon, and rising in the show more section, the description box below. Below and behold. Okay, now these are clarifying cards for you. Oh, guys, you should, there's a lot going on for us Cancerians. I'm a Cancerian too. You might want to stay. After this is the astrology report. Check that out because it will give you some clarity on the energy and also how you can co-create with it astrologically. Okay, this is for Cancer. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Cancer through these clarifying cards for January the 13th through the 19th? Please clarify. Oh, there you go. Very interesting. Please clarify. Oh, wow. Yes, definitely crossover here, darling. Big time. Please clarify. Yes. Okay. Let's take a look at your cards, Cancer. Okay, the first card out for you is the 8 of Cups, clarified by the 7 of Cups. Then you have the 9 of Pentacles, clarified, next to, conjunct, the 4 of Swords, clarified by the 5 of Swords, the 7 of Swords and the Sun. And then you have the 5 of Cups, clarified by the Queen of Wands. Very interesting, Cancer. So, the first card out for you is the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is about wanting more meaning in your life, looking for something more meaningful, longing for it, ready to walk away from everything, wanting to escape from your reality to something that's more fulfilling and that has some depth to it and meaning. So this is the energy of the week, or at least this is what you're feeling. It's kind of being discontented with where you're at. And it's usually kind of a spiritual kind of searching. So sometimes when this card comes in, they say, get, a spiritual mentor or explore different spiritual practices, perhaps. Now, clarifying it is the 7 of Cups. So there's some emotional confusion here because this kind of reminds me of Neptune. Neptune is playing a very big role for Cancerians, connected to the eclipse. Also, it's connected to us as we're moving through this week and this year, actually. So there is this wonderful, if you can channel it creatively and also psychically, it's giving us, visions and really connecting us to a higher realm. And so it's if you can channel this in a creative, beautiful, or even spiritual way, you'll get through that confusion, because these are choices, and you can't make your mind up. And perhaps you're starting something and then moving on to something else, and you're distracted, constantly distracted. And that is Neptune. You can get caught. Listen, this week has been really hard for me to structure, because I'm starting one project and then I think of another, and then I'm like, yeah, let me read that. And then I get caught up in something else, and then something, and I go on all these tangents. It's like, breathe, meditate, and focus, Mary. That's what I have to say to myself. So you have the next two cards, right? You have the Four of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. The Four of Swords is a very simple kind of message of, exhaustion. And I'm getting exhaustion and exhilaration. You should stay all the way through and listen to the astrology report, because we have the Sun conjunct Saturn, and that's like, energy, and then exhaustion and energy. One step forward, two steps back. It's very kind of that. And it's interesting because we've got the Sun right here. Well, okay, so I'm going to talk about this. So this is about taking care of yourself and pampering yourself even. This is also meditation, because this is mental and physical exhaustion. When this card comes in, it's just saying, listen, you need to rest, you need to hydrate, you need to eat properly, you need to take care of yourself. So don't what's the word? Okay, so this is what hang on, because I'm getting something else here. So she's working a lot. It's what I've been doing recently, actually. And she's working to accumulate some security. She wants security, right? And so she's working. And she's got what she wants. She's very happy. She's accumulated this wealth. But what does it cost her? That's the question, right? It's cost her company. She's alone. She didn't have time for friends and family. She didn't have time to cultivate a relationship with anyone as a partner. She just put all her energy and focus and attention into work. I can do that too. And then she's exhausted, right? She's done in. She's done in, and she's alone. There's no one to take care of her. That's basically what this means. So there's a cost sometimes for just working really, really hard. There should be a balance. So I'm getting that you need to have a balance here. Yes, it's great to work. Yes, work hard and diligently and tenaciously. However, always make time for your family and your friends and your loved ones. You know what I did today? I took some time off and I rode my bike with my dog to the dog park. I don't often do that because when it's not nice, it's pretty far away. This particular one I go to. So, I took that time. I take that time to go and see my son sometimes. It's like you have to take the time. I have to force myself, though, guys, to do that. I do. I can be, work, and sometimes, not sleeping well. Like, I'll have like 3-4 hours sleep, and then I'll get up and I'll start writing and doing that again. So this is calling you to have some balance and to be aware of your sleep patterns. And all these astrological conjunctions and aspects and transits that are happening are all about self-evaluation. What do I need to change about me? What is holding me back? What am I doing that's hurting me and not helping me? And I might think it's helping me, but in the long run, it's not helping me. So what areas do I need to work on to change? because going forward, we will all change. Now, clarifying these two cards is the Sun and the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is all about, well, the first word that came up to me was denial. This is sometimes something nefarious going on, somebody not being completely truthful, not having your back, somebody who's like a hidden enemy. But this kind of comes out. So it's somebody that could be lying, could be kind of cheating, and it doesn't really have to be that kind of a big thing. But it's somebody who really doesn't have your best interest at heart. And the song that comes to me, because it's all about songs for me, that comes to me for this is they smile in your face, the backstabbers. You probably won't even know what I was singing because I'm such a terrible singer, but the OJs, I think, sang that, if I'm not mistaken. But it's like, somebody like sneaking off with all the goods when you're not looking, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that, somebody stealing, but it can be somebody doing something underhanded. And we have to be and this is karmic, right? This can also be a warning of not to do anything nefarious or underhanded, because karma is at play here. Saturn and Pluto, it's all about karma. We have to put our best foot forward. We have to kind of, adhere to the rules and the regulations and keep our side of the street clean. Do things the right way. Don't take shortcuts. And look, right next to it, you've got I love this imagery in this card, right? This is the sun, and the sun's very auspicious, and it's like the sun is shining on you. This is about creativity, and it's about organization, right? The sun is all the organizer, the creative. It's like the inner child. And it's like, I really am getting that you need to let your inner child come out and play. You have to make that time. And it's interesting because, this is under here, right? And this is under here. And I think that's why I got denial. It's like, don't lie to yourself. You really need to sleep. You really need to take care of yourself. This can be internal, right? This can be how you're feeling about yourself. But people might not have your best interest at heart too. Darling, don't work so hard. It's like, remember, if you're working, don't forget to play. Allow that inner child to come out and just have fun, right? I'm getting goosebumps with that. Definitely that's what it is. The next card out for you is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is focusing on what hasn't worked out, what you don't have. It's thinking about what you don't have. It's comparing yourself with others. I don't have that. Poor me. And in the back, she's got two cups that are standing, but she's totally not. She's not focused on that at all. She's only focused on what she doesn't have. And that can create inner turmoil and depression. And the thing is, we have to focus on what we have. It's what we have. So let's be grateful for what we have. Look at what's going on around the world. Look at the devastation people are experiencing around the world, being displaced because of war, the fires in Australia, the earthquake in Puerto Rico. I mean, people are suffering around the world and have things. We need to be grateful for what we have. And let me tell you something, you know, we're coming into the age of Aquarius, and I have to say that that beautiful community has come together in Australia. People are taking strangers in and helping them and feeding them and giving them water and animals, and everybody is coming together in union. That, you know, out of tragedy sometimes comes something beautiful. So we are going through a very transitory, transformational time right now with all these astrological aspects happening. I mean, it's major. Stay till the end and listen to the astrology report, because it's really, you know, mind-opening, and it gives you a chance to understand what's at play and how to ride the crest of the wave, right? Gratitude, darling. Focus on what you have. Be grateful. Always, there's someone always doing worse off than you. Someone is always worse off than you. It's, you know, you know, sometimes when I'm in this, because we all go there, you know, we're human. We're on this human journey. And part of us, you know, goes here. And sometimes when I go there, I hear this voice going, wow, 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 wow. It makes me laugh, right? Because really, this is the monkey brain. This is the brain taking over and telling us, oh, poor you, you don't have this. Look at that, it's gone. What are you going to do? Oh, no. So meditation cures us of that. So we need to look at our glasses half full as opposed to half empty. And that's what you are being called on here to do. Look at your glasses half full. And sometimes we need to be reminded of that. Look, and clarifying it is the Queen of Wands. And she's all about confidence. She's all about getting out there. Look, you're a cardinal sign, and cardinal signs are really going to feel these astrological transits and events, because they are events. And this week is like a major. So these astrological events are humongous, huge, and she's here saying, don't underestimate yourself. You're going to get through this. And also, she is saying, you know, she has a shadow side, like all of us. We all have shadow sides, and she is saying, embrace that, accept yourself. You know, because that's confidence, right? Accepting yourself as you are, knowing your flaws. And this is an incredible time to look at those flaws, to evaluate them. You know, like here, this is an evaluation period. What can we let go of? What behaviors can we let go of? What people, what places, what things? What do we need to let go of? What do we need as opposed to what do we want, right? This is what we want, but what do we actually need? You probably only need the 2 cups, right? Don't underestimate yourself. You can get through this, and just accept yourself. Accept yourself for who you are. I always think that, you know, Cromwell. You know, he asked, you know, at the time, artists used to paint, you know, nobles, and they airbrushed them. They would paint out all of their flaws, right? But he was the first one, and he said, paint me warts and all, because he had warts on his face. And they did. They painted him with the warts and everything. Except that's confidence, right? That's saying, and it reminds me of Rumi. I am not this hair. I am not this skin. I am the soul that lives within. It's one of my favorite Rumi quotes, you know, and that is confidence. Being okay with yourself just the way you are. None of us are perfect, darling. None of us. We might think we are at times, but we are not perfect. And we need to accept that. And that's where we get our courage. That's where we get our confidence. And that's where we get the inspiration to go on, despite how we feel. Cancer. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay for the astrology report. Please don't forget to like, share, comment. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, and thank you for sticking around for the astrology report and to see what's happening in the celestial sky this week, the week of January the 13th through the 19th. And we start, let me put my glass on, I have to look at my notes. We start with Monday the 13th. The Sun conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn at 8:16 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, by the way, folks. Look, this is about personal power and the ability to influence others in a way that's beneficial to you. Now, this can lead to power struggles, however, and it really depends on where this conjunction lies in your chart, as to how it will play out in your life. For instance, Aries, it will happen in the 10th house, the house of career, of status, of how you're viewed in the public arena. This is about career and work, and so this will play out in that aspect. So there may be some kind of power dynamic going on at work for Aries. Now, where it lands in your chart depicts where it's going to happen for you, in which area. So this aspect will give you insights into your behavioral patterns, and you can address any kind of self-destructive behaviors. It's really about going deep and looking at your shadow side and the dark and more sinister side of life as a whole. This aspect as well can focus things like stalking and spying on your, co-workers, lovers, friends. Resist the urge. I say to my clients, don't look at their emails, don't look in their wallet. If you suspect your partner of cheating, then address them directly. Don't surreptitiously go around and spy on them. Respect their privacy. It's not okay to do that, and it doesn't feel good. And you'll probably find something. We can all find something. So don't look. I say that's dialing 1-800-PAIN. Don't do it. Now, this is also a fabulous opportunity to declutter, to clear out, debris and things that you no longer need. This is about streamlining in Capricorn. We need to economize. We need to look at, it'll help us actually look at our behaviors by, are these, look, this is what happened to me when I went into my closet. This was a couple of years ago. I looked at it and I was clearing it out, and there was tons of stuff with labels on. There were hundreds of pairs of shoes that I hadn't worn and I won't wear because there's great, they're like 6-inch heels or something. So it really made me look at that sickness. Are we over consuming? We have to kind of streamline, right? We need to streamline. We need to look at, only use things or keep things that we need, that not as opposed to what we want. What do we need as opposed to what we want? That's what we need to look at here. And this is a wonderful opportunity to do that. And it's also a good opportunity to see which relationships are working. We need to be in relationships or surrounded by people who will lift us up. If someone's putting you down or you're in their company and you don't feel good about yourself, then let that relationship go. And it doesn't have to be a big dramatic, I'm never talking to you again. You can slowly, I always think of, that old movie with Dracula in, and he seems to just roll back. You can just roll back from your friends. I mean, this is a wonderful opportunity to do this. The thing is with, this is about change. There's no bones about it. It is about change, and there's nothing I can say that's going to change that. But what we can do is we can work with the energies that are available to us. We can ride the crest of the wave. Let's co-create and ride the crest of the wave. And that's how we can navigate through these difficult or, choppy waters, as we say. Now, look, on the same day, a bit later on, it's only like 2 hours later, exactly 2 hours later, the Sun conjuncts Saturn. So this energy is all it's really the Sun conjuncting Saturn and Pluto, right? Conjunction, because they've just conjunct the day before, right? On Sunday. I'm actually recording this before that happens. So this is Saturday. I'm recording this, but so Saturn, the Saturn conjunction, this is a karmic conjunction. And look, this could bring great rewards for you, and success for those who've worked really hard and diligently throughout the past year. If you have let things go and not stood up to, not taking care of your responsibilities, that might come and slap you in the face and things could fall apart. That's why I said it's kind of karmic, right? So this can mean great success or overwhelming hardships. It really kind of depends on what you've been doing this last year. Now, this is also about playing by the rules. Saturn is, the lord of karma. He's like, government. He's the boss. He's the father figure. So the hierarchy, he's rules, regulations, structure. So you want to play by the rules. It's also going to kind of feel like you're taking one step forward and then 2 steps back. You feel like you're treading water and you can't get ahead. Now, don't get discouraged. Saturn slows us down, for a reason. It's sometimes to show us signposts for perhaps a better way round. It may take longer. It might be the scenic route. It might be a safer route that gets you there. Have you ever, some people, there's been a plane crash and some people said, I missed that plane. I was supposed to get on it and I didn't. And, that can be Saturn stopping you from getting on there. But it can also work the other way. You can make mistakes and you can have accidents as well. So you have to, during this time, don't do anything that's dangerous. Don't do anything that's risque. Be safe. Be safe. Now the Sun wants to go, go, go. It's all energy. So and Saturn wants to go slow, slow, slow. Saturn wants everything done with expertise. You will need to practice patience and tolerance to navigate through this transit. So there's a lot going on, right? So now I haven't finished because that day, even a little bit later, like 3 hours later, Venus moves into Pisces. Now, whenever a planet moves into another sign, there's a huge shift in energy. And Venus is exalted in Pisces. She can really stretch her wings and she can really express herself in Pisces. So, we may be drawn to romance, love, passion, affection, we may be more demonstrative and feel attracted and want to be touchy-feely kind of things with people, or we want to receive, massages. It's a wonderful time to pamper yourself. Get a massage, get a foot massage, whatever it is. Do something that makes you feel pampered and beautiful. And it's also, this is a great placement, but it's also really good for finances. So honor the divine feminine within. And we so need that because we have all this yang energy, all this outward energy. So we need to kind of go in, we need to be receptive, we need to receive that love, darling. Give me your love. This is a harmonious flowing energy. It's good vibes all the way around. So now on Thursday, we'll jump forward to Thursday, and Thursday, January the 16th, Mercury, right, moves into Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. I won't go on, don't go. I have been known to burst into song on occasion. A lot. Anyway, so this really is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. We are feeling that Aquarian energy. Mercury enjoys being in Aquarius because it gives Mercury the freedom to contemplate complex subjects with unusual insight. Now, under this influence, you can deliberate matters with an unconventional approach. It's kind of like thinking outside the box. You may find your focus directed towards humanitarianism, groups and community and your tribe, like-minded people. That's what's going to really kind of make you feel fulfilled. And that's very Aquarian, right? That's Aquarian in nature. It's a good time to volunteer or join a group. And having said that, I have a Facebook group. It is Live in the Solution Astrology. And we have so much fun there. And it's so beautiful. It's a private group. You have to ask for to join. And the link to that will be in the description box below. And it's such a lovely community. It's so positive and uplifting. And every 2 weeks, I do a live stream just in that group. And I look at either the full moon or the new moon. And whomever attends, I go through their chart, not their personal chart, but their horoscope, their sign, and we look at how the sign is going to receive the energy from either the full moon or the new moon. And then I also have my tarot cards on hand and answer questions there. We have a really good time there. So that's lovely. Come and join what a perfect time to join. To join the group. How amazing is that? It's like connect with the collective and feel love and feel that unity. Well, it's about getting back to oneness, isn't it? Reminding us that we are all one. Now, on Saturday, January the 18th, Mercury squares Uranus. Now, Uranus rules Aquarius. Now, Mercury is in Aquarius and it is going to square Aquarius's ruler, which happens to be in Taurus. So this is a square going on. And look, this can be shocking news or information that could affect your daily routines. You just may have to spring into action at the click of a finger. It can be exciting for some and disconcerting for others. It just depends on what's going on with your own chart. With this transit, miscommunication can occur. So we have to make sure that you are not sending a text or an email to the wrong person. I've done that so many times. Really, really kind of pay attention to that. Really pay attention to details. Whatever you say can be misconstrued. People can take things personally, and vice versa. You can take things personally when somebody says something, and that might not be the intent, but that is the general kind of energy going forward. So, look, as a result of that, it's really prudent to avoid kind of important meetings like interviews or something like that during this transit, because things may be taken out of context. So you don't want to, you don't want to push the envelope there. On the upside, you could get brilliant ideas coming to you out of nowhere. Have a pen and paper handy at all times so you can write them down, because they'll be coming fast and furious and they could just disappear. Now, I do want to mention Aquarian energy, because and Uranus, because Uranus rules Aquarius. It's very innovative. So we do get these incredible ideas, and we're already seeing it playing out in the world. We are coming up with these incredible inventions, innovative ideas, and travel. I just saw, look, I didn't read the article, I'm going to confess, but I did see the headlines of a plane that can get from New York to London in just over an hour. Darling, it will arrive 4 hours before it left. Because of the time frame. I mean, fabulous, incredible things like that. The downside of this can be that the technology can disengage us personally. So it can be like you can experience virtual reality. You can experience nature and other beautiful things through virtual reality, right? But we really need to connect with nature physically. It's very important for us to, go barefoot in the soil, feel, Mother Earth and Gaia, so that we can heal the earth and the earth can heal us. So there's that danger of being detached through technology. So we have to be aware of that. Technology is incredible and wonderful. Look, I went shopping last night and I drove my car all the way there and I realized I left my wallet at home. And I'd got the cart, I was in the shop, I left, and then all of a sudden I remembered that I had Apple Pay on my phone. So I went shopping anyway. I mean, how fabulous, right? Technology is amazing. So guys, I want to thank you for staying all the way to the end. And I'd just like to mention this channel is viewer supported only. So there are ways to, of course, thanking, liking, commenting and subscribing is wonderful. And I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. But another way to support me is through my Patreon page, and check on this link here, because I post things on Patreon that I don't post anywhere else. And I release these reports written on there before. Oh, I've just started to do that actually before I record them, because I always write them first anyway. So I figured that would be really nice for my patrons to get it in written form before, with a visual, obviously, before they go out into the world. So they get, and there's different tiers and they get different, there are different reward systems, but you can be a supporter for as little as $1 a month. That's $12 a year. It's not a lot for you, but I can do a whole lot with that. So that would be wonderful if you can. If you can't, don't worry. No pressure, guys. I just would like to put out. I've got so many brilliant ideas. This Aquarian energy, and I really want to do so many more creative things, but I'm kind of a bit restricted with what I have right here. But that's okay. I'll get there eventually. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your support, your interaction, your lovely comments, your love. And I love you all. And I'll see you next week.